Christian Benteke Liolo is a Belgian footballer who plays as a striker for Aston Villa in the Premier League and the Belgium national team. Early life: Benteke was born in Kinshasa in 1990. He and his family fled during the Mobutu regime and emigrated to Liège, Belgium. Club career: Standard Liège and Genk. Benteke played youth football for JS Pires and later Standard Liège before moving to Genk. He returned to Standard in January 2009. On August 7, 2009 he joined KV Kortrijk on loan for a season. He spent the following season on loan at Mechelen as part of the transfer of Alois Nong, who moved from Mechelen to Standard Liège. He returned to Genk in 2011, scoring 19 goals in 37 appearances during one season at the club. Aston Villa, 2012 a Euro 13 season. On August 31, 2012, Benteke joined Premier League club Aston Villa on a 4-year deal for a fee believed to be around £7 million. Benteke stated it was a dream come true in getting a move to the Premier League and thanked the players and manager at KRC Genk for his move. On September 15, 2012, Benteke scored on his debut for Aston Villa in a 2-0 win against Swansea City, after coming on as a substitute for Austrian forward Andreas Wiemann. The goal came when Swansea defender Ashley Williams headed the ball into Benteke's path, which he then lifted over the keeper and tapped in on the volley. Villa manager Paul Lambert praised Benteke's performance on his debut, calling him unplayable. He then scored Villa's only goal in a 1-1 home draw with Norwich City. He added a further 2 goals to his tally during a 3-2 victory over Swindon Town in the League Cup. He scored the winner in a 1-0 Premier League victory for Villa against Reading at Villa Park on November 27 to continue his impressive start in English football. Benteke then scored Villa's 4th goal in a 4-1 League Cup win over Norwich City at Carrow Road. Benteke further added to his impressive start in Premier League football by scoring 2 goals in Villa's 3-1 win against Liverpool at Anfield on December 15. In addition to the 2 goals, he also assisted Villa's 2nd goal with a backheel to Andreas Wiemann. Paul Lambert said afterwards that Benteke has been unbelievable, after already stating midweek that you run out of things to say about the guy, how well he's performing and how young he is. Around Christmas time, Tottenham Hotspur manager Andrea Copyright Villas-Boas was reportedly interested in signing Benteke, referring to him as the season's surprise package. After not scoring for 3 games, Benteke scored Villa's first penalty kick in almost a year in a 2-2 draw away to Swansea City in Villa's first game of 2013. He recorded his 10th goal of the season with a 28-yard strike against West Midlands rivals West Bromwich Albion in a 2-2 draw at the Hawthorns. The goal was nominated for January's Goal of the Month competition on Match of the Day. He then netted Villa's first goal in their 2-1 League Cup semi-final victory over Bradford City. However, the victory was not enough as Bradford won 4-3 on aggregate to progress to the final. Former England striker Michael Owen called him one of the signings of the season and posted a tweet the day after the semi-final saying, "I'm seriously impressed with Benteke. What a player." Benteke continued his rich scoring form with a goal against Newcastle United and a brace against Everton, in a game that Villa had led 3-1 at one point but eventually finished 3-3. He racked up his 15th goal in all competitions, as well as tallying 6 goals in 5 games, when he scored a penalty in a 2-1 victory against West Ham United on February 10, 2013. This was Villa's first league victory in 8 games, since Benteke inspired the win against Liverpool back in December. During a league game against Manchester City on March 4, 2013, 2 Villa fans dressed as astronauts were caught on camera holding a sign proclaiming that Benteke is out of this world. Benteke scored a deflected goal in a 2-1 victory at Reading, scoring the club's 1,000th goal in the Premier League in the process. The following week he went on to score a goal that sealed a 3-2 win over Queen's Park Rangers. He then scored the 3rd goal to seal a 3-1 win against relegation rivals Stoke City at the Britannia Stadium. Benteke was nominated for the PFA Young Player of the Year after his excellent debut season, eventually finishing as runner-up to eventual double award winner Gareth Bale. On April 29, Benteke scored his first hat-trick for Aston Villa in a 6-1 thrashing of Sunderland. These goals also saw him exceed Dwight Yorke's record for most Premier League goals in a season by an Aston Villa player and pass the 20-goal mark in all competitions, becoming the first player to do so for Villa since Juan Pablo Angel in the 2003-04 season. On May 11, Benteke scored Villa's only goal in a 1-2 loss to Chelsea, but in the second half he was sent off after receiving his second yellow card for a high boot on John Terry, meaning he would miss the last game of the season. 2013-14 season, Benteke's 23 goals in 2012-13 led to speculation about his future, and in early July he submitted a transfer request in early July. Villa said he could leave only if their valuation were met, but a fortnight later he withdrew his transfer request, after talks with manager Paul Lambert, and signed a new 4-year contract with the club. On his second pre-season appearance, he scored a hat-trick against Crewe Alexandra in a 5-1 victory. He finished pre-season with 7 goals in 5 appearances, including 2 goals against Malaga at Villa Park. On August 17, 2013, Benteke scored twice, once from a penalty and one headed goal via a rebound from a missed penalty, in Aston Villa's 3-1 away win against Arsenal on the opening day of the 2013-14 Premier League season. 4 days later, Benteke scored against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in a 2-1 defeat. He scored his 4th goal in as many games, as Villa comfortably beat League One side Rotherham United 3-0 in the League Cup second round. He continued scoring, as he racked up his 5th goal in all competitions, against Newcastle United in a 1-2 defeat at Villa Park. However, his brilliant early season form was abruptly ended, as he was injured in the next match against Norwich City. It was later confirmed that he would be out for up to 6 weeks with a hip flexor injury. However, he made his comeback earlier than expected, after coming on as a substitute against Tottenham Hotspur a month later in a 2-0 defeat. After loss of form and niggling injuries prevented Benteke scoring for 12 games, he eventually ended his drought against Arsenal in a 1-2 defeat on January 13, 2014. He followed this up with goals in back-to-back games against Liverpool and West Bromwich Albion, in a 2-2 draw and 4-3 victory respectively. Having not scored throughout February, the Belgian then scored a superb overhead volley as well as a header, in an eventual 4-1 home victory against Norwich City on March 2. On April 3, 2014, Benteke suffered a rupture of his Achilles tendon while training and was ruled out for at least 6 months, missing the remainder of the season in the 2014 FIFA World Cup. International career. Benteke was member for the Belgium U17 team at 2007 FIFA U17 World Cup in South Korea, where he played 3 games and scored once. On May 19, 2010, he made his senior copyright but for the Belgian national team in a friendly match against Bulgaria in Brussels after his former coach at Kortrijk, Georges Lekens, became national coach. On August 15, 2012, he scored his first goal in a 4-2 win against the Netherlands. Since then, he has become a regular starter for Belgium under Mark Wilmots. He scored 2 goals in 7 appearances during qualifying for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, but was ruled out of the tournament finals with a ruptured Achilles tendon. International goals, scores and results list Belgium's goal tally first. Personal life. Benteke is a Christian. Benteke says he points up after scoring goals to thank God. Benteke also prays frequently. He has a younger brother, Jonathan, who is also a footballer and currently plays for Zaltwaregem in the Belgian Pro League. Career statistics, as of match played March 29, 2014. 1 includes 1 Belgian Super Cup match. 2 includes FA Cup and League Cup matches. Honours, Standard Liège GE, Belgian First Division, 2008-09, references. External links, Who Scored Stats, Christian Benteke Career Stats at Soccerbase, World Soccer Stats, FootGo All Profile, Christian Benteke Euro FIFA Competition Record, Christian Benteke Euro UEFA competition record, Belgium stats at Belgian FA.